Good morning, everybody. How are you today? It's Thursday, it's 10:30, and it's pouring with rain. Boo, sad. But apparently we need it. We're going to top up the reservoirs over the next day or so because it's chucking it down. But yeah, everything needs a good wash, doesn't it? Rachel, good morning. It is lovely to see you. Have you got rain? I think most people have got rain. It's grim. It's really grim. But it's a day for getting stuff done indoors, isn't it? Lisa, hello, lovely, good morning. Are you good? Tell me how you're feeling. Are things settling for those of you that were on the training last night? How are things going in your mind? Have you started doing any of the research yet? Have you had a little think about where you're going to start your research? Lots of rain and but cosy, isn't it? So my little one decided to get dressed like in his full-on winter stuff this morning. So he's like in a hoodie and a t-shirt and his comfy trousers, and yeah, I'm like looking at him going, yeah, I'm gonna be joining him. I'm gonna be joining him when I can, yeah, get into the scruffs. It feels like that, doesn't it? Yeah, I love the sun, but I like this sort of as well. So today we are talking about client attraction. So, Lisa, you've got rain, can't you? More rain. And that's it as well for the day. It's like, I've got 2 dogs to walk later, and it's like head to toe plastic, isn't it? And just sweat or just get wet. And yeah, I'm not doing it now. Now I've done my hair. I think my husband's going to get that shift today. So Thursday mornings, every week, I go live and I do my little bit. So I do my thing and I pick a topic which has sort of come up for me during the week. It might have come up through a client session. It might have come up because I've done some work myself on it. So there's a really, I felt really inspired to do a session on planning, which is a few ago. So I had done this exercise in my business. I'd sat down and I'd planned out my year. I'd set myself my goals and I'd started to get really quite descriptive about how to get to the ultimate goal that I was aiming for. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to take you with me on that and I'm going to share. So if there's one that I can recommend more than any of the others, it's that one on planning. So they're always tagged in the I don't know whether they're called units or topics. I've seen it on both in different groups. So they're in that section where things are tagged and you can find them, and they're always under training. So yeah, every week's are all saved in there when we're done. But this week I decided to do a slightly different focus in comparison to the challenge at the moment, because the challenge, obviously we're doing a different topic each night and we're kind of taking ourselves on that journey every night, and tonight is a great one. It's all about mistakes and not making them and why we make them and what we can do if we're thinking we might be making them and all of that stuff. So today it's a bit more of the strategy stuff. It's a bit more of the, well, how do I actually get this thing off the ground? How do I make a start? Because I thought that complemented and went quite well with what we're doing in the challenge. So today we're talking about client attraction. Now, this is a topic which in itself forms an entire module, an entire area of the Academy, which, oh my gosh, shouldn't I mention that first? So yesterday, for those who are on the challenge, I opened the doors and launched my Academy. I'm so excited to share this with you because this is my best ever. This has got every piece of me and more. So I have help now to help allow me to work much more on the content rather than faffing about with getting the slides right and the members area and all that stuff. I don't need to concentrate on that. I can just do content creation and do my training videos and give you everything, give you all that I know of me, which means that this one is jam-packed full of content. So it's got everything from really specific business strategies, so little tools, little worksheets that you can literally like copy and go, right, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, and tick it off. Plus there's some stuff around, well, where's your head at? Where are you aiming for? What are your goals? Let's really explore that. And what are your gremlins? Let's get under the skin of your gremlins and get rid of those to stop holding you back. There is tons of content. It's 12 weeks. Every single week there's a group coaching call. Morning, Kirsty. It's, yeah, 12 weeks of coaching calls, and then that's group, so you get a really good vibe going on with the other people going through it. You learn from one another. The coachings that I've done as for myself, where I've been on a group, I have made friends with people who literally will be lifelong buddies now, because we're at the same place in our lives and we're going through that thing at the same time. So we absolutely will keep in touch forever. It's a really beautiful little community. And because we do it on Zoom, you're actually seeing one another, you're actually meeting one another, so you get to know each other's stories, each other's businesses, and support each other through that. It's brilliant. It's a whole other level of the learning. But on top of that, you get a one-to-one every month, as well as the weekly coaching. So you're always in contact with me. But I always say as well, over and above that, I want you to communicate with me. I want you, morning Emma, morning Rima. Reema's got rain as well. I want you to tell me what's going on. I want you to tell me when you do the work. I want you to share. And as I said last night, anyone that has already worked with me or is working with me at the moment will absolutely verify this. I will keep saying, please share. Don't get stuck. Share what you're thinking. Share if you're stuck. Let me give you some feedback, and you can just constantly move on. So you're not ever waiting for that. Oh, I've got to wait till the next coaching call until I ask that question. No, you ask me and I'm there to support. So it is stacked. It's absolutely, as I say, it's my best work. I can't wait to deliver it. I can't wait to see the transformations that are going to come through from that. And to watch a group of women building their dream life, that for me is just, it's just phenomenal, and I love it. I love knowing that I'm touching so many lives, because it's not just them, it's their family, it's their family's family, it's their friends, it's the people that they're going to serve. So if this sounds like something you are ready to do, and when we did the challenge on Monday, I had so many of you going, yes, now's the right time, now I'm ready, I need to do this, I'm sick of putting it off. Loads of people put those comments in. So let's have a conversation about it. Let's find out if now is the right time for you, if you're right for the programme, and I can tell you more detail about it. So the way to do that, to book a call, I will pop the link into my calendar, which is as open as I can leave it for you to book a call and have that conversation with me, and we can get you moving. I want to start in early July. So as I enrol people, you'll get some communications from me to start off, and then I want to start everybody in early July, so that realistically, by the time the children go back to school, and this is why I'm looking to do it, and the kids are properly settled back into school, you'll be done. You will be well on your way, and you'll have worked through that. You get lifetime access to all the training content as well. So I'm not going to leave you, right, there you go, we've done, cut your access off. You get to constantly refer to that. So if you haven't been ready to do one of those actions, and then you think, right, now I'm ready to do some Facebook ads, for example, I'll go and look at those. You can look at them in the future. So if you're ready to do that, you're ready to have that conversation, please book a call with me. I'll put the link again at I'll tag it onto the top of this description. So Nancy, good morning. Let's dive into today, because hopefully this gives you a little bit of an insight into some of the more strategy pieces that we work on as well. And as I say, this is an entire area, so we go into a lot of depth. We really work. Can you watch this from the top? Of course you can. Yeah, as soon as I've finished, Nancy, I will upload this and you can start again from the beginning. So dive off, go and do your thing, and catch up later. We'll probably be about 40 minutes, so this isn't a massive long one. So yeah, this topic, client attraction, is an entire module in the Academy. So what I'm going to do today is just skim you over some of those areas, because it can get you starting to think, and you can start to create some of those ideas as you're thinking about your business, and we're working through the tasks and the research that you're doing as part of the Academy. No problem, Nancy. Hopefully see you later. So you need for me it's 5 key areas for client attraction. So I call them my 5 pillars. And rather than saying, well, client attraction, I'm going to take a slurp because I've already gabbled and gobbled, and that will slow me down. Hold on. Tea, favourite mug. So this cup of tea was made for me by my darling husband at 8 o'clock this morning. It's still boiling hot. I love these. It gives me like a never-ending hot cup of tea. Okay, so yeah, I'm not going to dive into, right, to attract clients to you need to invest this in advertising, you need this massive investment in a marketing expert, you need to buy this course, you need to do this, For me, it starts way, way before that. It starts with understanding who you want to serve. So what do I mean by that? This is counterintuitive if you're first starting off. And when I first started, what I thought was, I'll take all the things that I like doing and all the things that I think I'm pretty good at, and I'll find a way that I can offer it to as many people as possible, so as broad as I possibly can. Because how better to have a business than have something which appeals to everybody? Good morning, Lauren. Thank you for saying hi. You've just missed a tiny bit, so just watch the start back on catch up, but absolutely stay with us. It'd be lovely to have you. So I thought, if I go like wide, really wide, and I can offer loads of things to loads of people, that's surely going to get me like the most big net, and I can get all these people and I'll have loads of customers. I'll have more customers than I can possibly serve. But actually the total opposite is true. Because how do you talk to all of those people that really, really hits them? You can't. The truth is that if we feel, as an individual, if you feel like you are one of hundreds of people, you just kind of get lost and you drift away. Whereas when you're much more focused on your messaging to that small group of people, you can really connect with them. And for me, that's my natural thing. I like connecting with people. So some of the stories that you guys have been telling me, some of the where you want to go, what your dreams are, where you need to earn, I love immersing myself in that, and I do my absolute best, I really do, to tie your names, because of course you are just little names, you're tiny little bubbles on the corner of my screen, but we all want to feel that there is that connection and that we're learning about one another and that we're understood. So as an offerer of a service or a product, to offer your stuff to everybody just in the same way, and it doesn't matter whether you're, halfway around the world, you're a man, you're a woman, you're 50, you're 25, if you're offering to everybody, nobody feels like you're offering it to them. So I used to work for a really big organisation. I might as well name, because everybody knows it. I used to work for Lloyds Banking Group, but I worked for a tiny sector of Lloyds Banking Group. And there was something like, when I was there, 130,000 employees. I'll say it again, 130,000. Now, how on earth could you feel like a valued employee in an organisation that was big? That's like bigger than countries. It's humongous. It's such a big number. I can't even envisage what that number of people would even look like. So for me, as being a part of that environment, I just felt like a number, genuinely, and I had no connection to my organisation. And as a buyer, if I feel like that, I just disconnect. It doesn't. Now West, Lauren, yeah, we'll have done all the same compliance training and things. We don't feel like we're associated. We don't feel like we get. So when I did HR at uni, and we talked about how an employee having a psychological contract with their employer. So it's something that ties you in mentally, and it really kind of drives you on. And what we're looking to do is, we want to create, as a seller of our service and product here and now, we want to create a psychological contract with somebody who wants to buy from us. So how do we do that? So we define them to the level of detail where it is one person. One individual, hopefully with a name, because that makes them really real in your mind. So it might be that you want to provide your services to just men, just women, people of a certain age group, but you need to start asking yourselves these questions, rather than saying, well, I think they might buy it, but I think they might buy it. And the other trap that people really often fall into is, well, I think that group of people have some money, so I'm going to sell to them. No, you are not there to judge your client's financial situation. Not ever. Whether you're selling high ticket stuff, low ticket stuff, whatever you're selling, it is down to you to provide the best possible service you can and give them the biggest value you can, regardless of the price ticket. So don't prejudge people and filter them out because you think, oh, they haven't got any money. Well, you don't know their situation, do you? They could be sitting in a huge pot of money, but they live in a frivolous way. You just don't know. So you need to define who it is you want to talk to. So are they male? Are they female? Are they parents? Do they work? Do they not work? What do they work doing? What's their lifestyle like? What do they enjoy doing? What do they do with their leisure? Because once you get into the psyche of that person, you can start talking to them as another person. So let me give you an example with me. My target client, ideal person that I want to work with is frankly someone who's really similar to me. And I make no bones about that. I'm not shying away from that. And the reason is because, one, I want to get on with that person. I want to be able to connect with them, to talk to them about things that we're similar, and I want to know that we have got that connection. And if they have things in common with me, then we're already off to a great start. I want to know that they are a person that has got ambition, that they're enthusiastic, and that overall they're pretty positive. They know that they can work towards something, because if they've got that and I've got that, we're already connected on that level. So from an ideal client perspective, and you can already tell we're only on number 1, I could talk about this like all day long. You need to get to grips with who do you want to serve, because the minute you do, everything that you produce, so everything that you market, everything that you want to use for your advertising, the way that you're going to sell to them, talks to that person as a person. Give me a thumbs up, give me a yes, tell me this is making sense. If it's not making sense to you, ask, please ask. It's much easier for me to explain it now than you go away, go, I just don't get that, I'm off. So when you've got this ideal person in your head, that's who you keep in your head, and you have them in your mind when you're thinking about what you're going to develop. So once you know your person, the second stage is, so what's the problem for them that you're going to help them deal with? So I call this the dark place. What is it that means they're in a dark place? So there's something. It's a niggle. It might be a big problem already, in which case you can quite quickly see it. But if it's not a big problem, is there something that what you're going to provide can help them improve their life? Is it going to give them more fulfillment? Is it going to give them extra joy? Is it going to mean they can improve their relationships with their family? So what's their big thing that if you don't help them now, so they might be like here, like it's not really a thing for me, it's not a big problem. But if they leave it or they don't address it, it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. And then actually it could get to here if you don't intervene and bring them back round to the kind of positive path, as it were. So that's what I call the darkness to light. So they're in a place where they might be in denial of how they're feeling, but actually there's something going on for them that it's not quite right. Where are you going to take them? You're going to take them to a light position where things are right, where they feel different, they feel more fulfilled, they're satisfied, they're at peace with themselves. Whatever it is, it depends on what you're offering. But only you can get to grips with that. And you've got to go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. You've got to find the problem that you're going to solve on an emotional level. And it's got to really get people in that emotional, oh wow, yeah, I didn't realise that if I didn't take action to do that thing, or to buy that thing, or to involve myself in that thing, that actually I could go down to this level of disappointment or sadness or whatever it is. You need to almost predict that on their behalf and show them that if you intervene, you can avoid that for them. So that's what I call the darkness to light. So that's your number 2. Identify where their dark place is. What's their problem that you're going to help them with? And then number 3 is be a human being. Be yourself. Make that connection, but also make it about them. So let's say you, I think we had someone that last night was talking about teaching. So if that's your thing, if you are going to offer a service through an online additional tutoring to children, you're actually marketing to the parent because they're the ones going to pay. But you need to be yourself. You need to use that superpower we talked about to stand confident and proud in that, yes, I can help this person, and yes, I know that I can help them go from that dark position to that light position. And this is how I'm going to do it. They only want to know the really simple way of doing it. They don't want to know that you went and studied, you got X, Y, Z qualification, that you can do this, this and this, and that there's this model of education and there's this. You know, they don't want to know that. People never want to know the detail. They just want to know the result. So, well, where is that going to get me? You know, where am I going to be at the end of it? So for me, with the academy, I've thought so long and hard about who I was when I first started my business. Where did I start? What did I know? What did I think I knew? And then where am I now in terms of having a thriving business? What's the gap? Because actually it's the thriving business you're interested in, not the process you need to go through to get it. So everything that I've created for the academy is geared around, okay, so when you've done that thing, the outcome for you is going to be that. You are now going to understand that you need to identify and work through your ideal client to a lot of detail. You're going to understand how to create some marketing that feels easy and natural and works for you and doesn't feel like you're pushing. So when you look at your client journey effectively, concentrate on the outcome for them. Don't go into the, well, I'm an amazing geek and I'm so well qualified or passionate about this thing. It's about them. It's always about them. So that comes through again in your tone. So you're talking to an individual in terms of your voice, your marketing, your messages. You know what their problem is or where they could end up going, and you're going to keep it really simple for them. You're going to concentrate on the outcome. So that's our 3. The 4th is no more than 5 steps. I need to shuffle again, sorry. No more than 5 steps for your solution. So here's where you are at the moment, here's where I'm going to get you, which is your outcome, and we're going to go 5 steps in between. That's it, no more. And when you talk about what it is you're going to do, they should be able to see that each one of those is achievable. So let's say you were a personal trainer or a nutritionist and you're going to help somebody lose 2 stone. So the outcome for them will be not just that they will physically have a smaller proportioned body, they will be able to live a different life wearing different clothes. They're going to feel different about themselves. They're going to be positive. They're going to be full of more energy. They're going to feel, you know, light and airy in their mind. They're going to feel positive about themselves. They'll have renewed confidence. So that's the outcome. That is the emotional outcome. So you wouldn't go, okay, well, I've studied this and I've got this in nutrition and blah, blah, blah. And what I'm going to do is every day I'm going to make you do this, this and this, and you'll have to weigh your food, and then you're going to have to this, and you're going to have to report. It's too much. It's too much. What they want to know is through a defined diet and fitness regime that we're going to stick to regularly, you're going to be able to monitor this, this and this, and I'm going to support you every step of the way. You know, they want it simple, don't they? And actually with something like weight loss and kind of health and nutrition, people don't want to think that it's hard work because they need to know that they can do it and they won't give up. So yes, but, and if you can get over the yes, buts, you are 99% of the way there towards your sale, because as soon as you got all of these things done, people start saying yes, but, and they're the gremlins. They're the gremlins that pop up and go, yes, but it's too much money. Yes, but this isn't for me. Yes, but the time's not right. So you need to almost try and address those as you go. So if you can tell them it's simple, tell them how easy it is, tell them it's going to fit around their life, tell them that, you know, you've been there and you've experienced it, you can make it work. You know, if you can with 5 kids, think it's Rima's got 5 kids, if you can do it with 5 kids, then anybody can do it. That sort of, yes, but it, you know, this is just for normal people. It's not for those that, you know, need a degree in whatever already to get started with it. Okay, is this making sense? There's 4 of you still listening. Give me something. Is this okay? I'm gabbling my way through to try and make sure I give you loads and loads in this one. Okay, final one is number 5. So this is about stepping into your superpower. Your superpower that we just, oh look, one lonely little light floating up at the side. So it looked so sad. Your final step then is go and show your superpower. Oh, there's another one. Thank you. We established your superpower last night. We started certainly on that journey of thinking about what your superpower is. And to attract those clients to you, all making sense. Thank you, Kirsty. you've got to stand in that. You have got to totally stand in that power and go, I know that I can help the people that you've now identified. Oh, they're all coming through now, look. If you don't, if you're a bit apologetic about what you do, like, I'm sort of hoping this will help and I think it might help them and it might help, who's going to believe that? You have got to be more confident tenfold than your potential clients will be. And that has to come across. And where does that start? In here. It starts in here, knowing that you can do it, knowing that you can provide the thing that you're going to do, knowing that you've got that gift, that superpower, that natural ability, that passion, that enthusiasm, that love of doing your thing. It's standing in that and letting it shine. Now, how you let that shine is going to be your choice, and you're going to find your way of how to take your message to the world. There's lots of different options, and again, without repeating myself, we cover the options of how to get your message out in the academy. So there's social media, there's creating blogs, podcasts, whatever it is that's your thing, your preferred thing. But when you find your thing, you've got to keep showing up and doing your thing. Keep showing up and talking to people. Keep making those connections. Keep refining your ideal client and looking to find them and talk to them. Keep doing the podcast. Because at first, reality check here, no one's going to listen to you. There's not going to be anybody there. People might quickly scan over something you've written and they'll scroll on. Doesn't matter. You are finding your feet and you are finding your way of expressing yourself, but you keep at it and keep at it and keep at it. And you have no idea who is actually, it's lodging with them, it's resonating with them. And when the time is right for you to make your offer, which is a whole nother section, how you create your offer and make it right for them. But when the time is right, they have been watching, they have been listening, and they have been drawing themselves towards you. You need to be that magnet. And if you're standing really confidently in that position of power, it is about doing this. It's about saying, come and see what I do. Come and feel the value that I can give. Come and experience it. You know, come closer. And then when you're ready and when the time is right, here's my offer. Here's what I can do for you. I'm making no secrets about the fact that that's what I'm using the challenge for. I want to give as much value. I want to prove to you that I can help. I want to show that I'm passionate and love what I do. I want to give you value so that you're able to make a really good start on your own. But I'm hopefully building your trust. You're getting to know me and you're seeing that I can help you when you're ready. So you're standing in that superpower all the time. So when you start, literally, I've done lives where no one's been on, I've done podcasts, I've done like audio, I've done so many different things to nobody. And I've done it weeks and weeks and months. But you know what? It was fine, because some of them I go back and listen every now and again if I really want to cringy. But I was finding the way of expressing myself, and the whole time I was learning, how should I say this? How can I be more natural? How can I this? And then suddenly I kind of went, I use everything that I've already done, already got, which is what I talked about last night. So don't be afraid. Don't be trying to be somebody you're not. Try and recreate somebody that you really like and think, oh, well, if I do it like that, I'll get the same success that they had. You won't, because they're not you, you're you. So you have to stay strong in that power. And then you find what's right for you in terms of your marketing avenues, be it video, be it audio, be it written, so doing a blog, you know, whatever you end up finding the groove for you. As long as you've got those previous 4 steps in place, so you're talking properly to your ideal client, you know what their problem is, and you're clear on how you're going to be able to help them in those simple 5 steps, no more. And that you know that you can make it about them. You're going to talk about them all the time, not yourself, not I'm amazingly qualified, I'm the right person to help you. It's always about them. As long as you can do that and stand in whatever is your space and hold that voice and hold that power, those clients will come to you. I absolutely guarantee it, because there is a place for you with your business reserved. It's already there. I'm so sure of it. You've just got to go into that space, do your thing, show up, do your thing consistently, and the people will come to you, because that's the way of the world. It's the law of attraction. It's I'm doing my thing, you come to me, you do your thing, your people will go to you. There's enough people in this world that you're going to be able to touch and see and be able to connect with, that they will, you know, you're going to take your message to billions. So don't be afraid that actually by niching down, I haven't got enough people. Niching down means that you've got the right people straight away and they will come to you because they're ready. I'm going to scroll back up your comments. Has anyone got any questions? Is anything not sunk in, not clear? I know you said. So if you've got any questions, type them in just while I'm quickly reading these. So Claire says, yes, all making sense. I've juggled so much around in my life that I had been told something would fit. That if I had been told that something would fit around my lifestyle, I would have totally gone for it. You would have. Why not now then? It really makes a difference. All making sense. So Lauren, I've juggled so much around in my life that if I had been told something would fit, I'm not sure I would have gone for it. I don't know that I know what you mean. Because we're here because there's something that you're wanting to work towards now, isn't there? There's something that you're wanting to shift to actually reprioritise and yes, deliver something, yes, still get satisfaction from doing something. I'm sure then that you want to get paid for it because money makes the world go round, but actually it's about shifting those priorities and choosing how and when you work and not trading your time for money anymore. That's, you know, that is the essence of working for yourself. No one's saying anything, or the comments are really, really slow. What time were you? We're good. We're just about right. So has anyone got any questions? Do you want me to recap again? Well, I'm hoping you are typing. You haven't just gone really quiet. So the 5 steps again. Define your ideal client. Define what their problem is. Make it all about them. Be a human being. So don't just sort of try and use, I don't know, someone else's words or replicate what someone else might be doing in your field. Totally be you. Solve their problem really simply. So 5 steps or less if you can get it to that. And then go and stand really confidently in your superpower, doing your thing, knowing that you're talking to the right people and knowing that you can help them. Having that confidence and knowing that you can help them already, you've got to totally believe that you can help them before someone else is going to believe that you can help them. And imposter syndrome that's a whole nother topic, but that's where you're not totally standing in your power, isn't it? That's where you're, or what if they this, and what if someone else can help them better, and what if they ask me a question I don't know the answer to, or what if they don't like the thing that I deliver to them, and all of those things can come up because we're trying to do something different often, we're trying to push ourselves, and we have that self-doubt, and that gremlin sneaks up on them. I absolutely had it, and there's still times when I have a little wobble. I did a live, I think the week before we were starting the challenge, when I'd got up one day and the numbers of people that had registered had rocketed. They'd gone really high, loads of new people in the group, and I had that proper wobble, and I just thought, oh my goodness, what if they don't like what I say? What if no one actually joins the lives? What if they don't talk to me? What if it all just falls totally flat on its face? And I did have a proper wobble. So I went back to a method that I've used before, which was to use journaling. And I went back to my journal and I wrote as much as I could about all the evidence I had for the people that I help in my life. Now, some of them are clients, some of them are friends, some of them are past clients. Everything that I know that I've done to help people in the past through my skill, my experience, my knowledge, and I just wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote. And then I reread it and went, you need to have a word with yourself, because look at all this evidence you've got of being able to do this thing. So if you get that feeling, it's totally natural, for one. It's up to you whether or not you listen to it, but you can work through it. It's not about saying, oh, I can't do this, I might as well just give up, or someone else is already doing it, I might as well just not bother. It's about saying to yourself, well, okay, that's interesting. Why are those doubts creeping in now? And actually, do you know what? It's a good thing, because it probably means you are pushing yourself. It probably means that you're on the cusp of something new, or you're about to make a breakthrough. Because when we get these wobbles, it is that keeping you safe instinct. It's that, well, don't go out there because there's new stuff out there and you don't know what that looks like, so you better stay here because that's safe. Stay in what you know. But you're never going to discover the next thing. You're never going to be able to move yourself forward if you only ever stay in this comfort zone. But I'm not underestimating how hard it is, and everybody has a different degree of, it might be really, really hard for some people to do a live. It might be really, really hard for people to engage in conversation with a stranger. Everybody's got their own, but the more you do it, the more you realise that actually it's not the end of the world, and okay, you might have bumbled over your words or whatever, but you know what, you got through it and you won't have another first like that, or you've managed to do this and you've pushed past that. And on the other side, there's another challenge, and then you know each time they become slightly more easier to push yourself to do. Right, we've got some comments. Let's go back. So Lauren, you're referring to your perfect client. If my client wanted something to fit, okay. So you've juggled so much around in your life. If you'd been told something would fit, you'd have totally gone for it. Okay, yeah. So that's the message that you would take to your ideal client, to talk to them about, you know, this is possible and this is how you can help them. Yeah, absolutely. So with that, it's about that next level then. So what will that mean for that ideal client? So if they got one of those lives that they just can't seem to fit everything into, but they need to make a little bit of space, what will that mean for them on an emotional level? We've always got to go deep. We've got to go to the emotional level, because that's where you make the real connections. And being able to give somebody freedom, which means that they can have more time with their children, they can have quality time with parents, loved ones, they'll feel more satisfied, fulfilled, whatever it is, it's getting to that level for them. Always try and go for the feelings. Claire says, can you start with simple and small client needs, e.g. girls offer services to people in their homes before going out to SMEs? Of course, absolutely. And you know, let's be clear, when you define your ideal client, it's not forever. It's not, right, I'm casting that in stone, that's alongside my business, I can never change from that. And you know what? It changes, and it should change, because you will change. You will develop yourself, you'll develop your offering, you will grow, you'll have more to offer. And the ideal client that you started off with, that you thought, okay, so based on where I am right now, my ideal client is here, I need to offer my services to this person. You're going to grow. Absolutely, you're going to grow. Every single day you are growing, because you're getting experience. So yesterday, 24 hours ago, those of you that were on the call last night, you didn't know any of that. You hadn't thought of those thoughts. You didn't know this stuff. So you've already grown in the last 24 hours. So you've moved on. Now you want to bring that ideal client with you. So change them. So are they at that level of understanding on your subject, or do they have that level of need, or are they moving up? You know, you're always going to be that one step away. So you absolutely can change that. You can establish yourself with one set of ideal clients, and then end up finding that that's not right, and actually I want to go bigger, or I want to go more diverse. So Claire, I can't remember what your service would look to be. So you'd be providing a service in their homes before you're going out to SMEs. The thing, just quickly to cover, let me just slurp again. I think when you talk about taking a service to a business, the trap people can fall into is seeing a business as a person. So it's like a big, complicated monster of a business. Actually, it's still a person. So you still need to know who that person is. So if you're going to talk to, let's say marketing, so you're offering an outsourced marketing solution to a business, you're not going to sell it to a business. No one sells anything to any business. They sell it to an individual within a business. Now, there might well be 2 or 3 people within that business that make the decision, and that's fine. But there is still a main contact that you have that relationship with. So when you're defining an ideal client within an organisation, it's still that person. So you would still want to be saying, okay, so they're the marketing manager, or they're the procurement manager, or they're the whatever job title they go by. and that these are the characteristics of that person. These are the problems that I'm going to solve for that person. It's got to be a person, otherwise you're marketing to a nobody, aren't you? A business isn't a person, so you can't make that connection. So yes, absolutely, start with an individual, and then you can scale. You can absolutely scale, and you can change it. Okay, that's no more questions. All right, so hopefully that has given you some food for thought. It's a little bit more practical than we've done on the evening sessions, but it's a start, and I wanted to just give you an insight into some of the more sort of strategy stuff and the actionable steps type stuff that the Academy covers. So don't forget, diary is open. Claire says administration, office, procurement, service. Yeah, so again, you'd pick one, you'd pick a person in those roles, and that would be the person that you would define. Right, I'm going to go and rest my voice for a little bit. I'm going to see you at 8 o'clock. Go and have a great day. Come armed with notepad and pen, because we're talking mistakes tonight. Not in a negative way. It's about learning. It's about taking them forward, being able to identify them and avoid them. Absolutely. Don't forget, I'd love to talk to you. So book that call in my diary. There is no implied commitment. It is just a conversation, and there will be no pressure. It's just about finding out whether or not we are right for one another, and whether or not we can move your business forward, get you going by September. Would be amazing. Right, go and have a fab day, and I will see you later on tonight. Bye.